Have you ever opened your fridge, poured yourself a glass of milk, and thought you were doing something good for your bones? For decades, we've been told that milk is nature's ultimate health food, the secret to strong bones, sharp memory, and lasting energy. But here's the shocking truth. Once you're over 60, the wrong kind of milk doesn't protect you at all. In fact, it can quietly weaken your skeleton, inflame your joints, cloud your memory, and even speed up aging. What you thought was helping may actually be hurting. That's why today, we're exposing the 4 worst milks that people over 60 should never touch, and then revealing the 4 best milks you should drink daily to stay strong, mobile, and sharp well into your golden years. And trust me, the #1 milk on the best list is almost never talked about, yet clinical research shows it can actually reverse bone loss and slow brain aging in seniors. If you want more science-backed health strategies like this, make sure to subscribe and click the bell right now so you don't miss the powerful tips coming next. Think about it, every sip you take is either building you up or breaking you down. That's why this video matters, because by the end, you'll know exactly which milk is draining your health and which ones are secretly your body's best allies after 60. Now let's begin with the 4 worst milks that may be sitting in your fridge right now. Worst milk 4. Sweetened almond milk. At first glance, almond milk feels like one of the smartest choices you could make. It's dairy-free, light, and marketed as the perfect alternative for seniors who want to avoid the heaviness of cow's milk. But here's the catch. Most cartons on the shelf aren't as innocent as they look. But the majority are sweetened, and that one little word changes everything. Behind the pretty packaging, sweetened almond milk often hides spoonfuls of added sugar, cane sugar, fructose, or syrup designed to make it taste better. And while the flavor might feel refreshing, the impact on your body is anything but. After 60, your insulin sensitivity naturally drops, meaning even small sugar hits slam harder. That turns every glass into a silent blood sugar bomb, fueling energy crashes, stubborn belly fat, and higher risk of type 2 diabetes. A 2022 study even found that older adults who drank sweetened non-dairy milks had nearly a 40% higher risk of insulin resistance compared to those who didn't. But sugar isn't the only problem. Here's another shocking truth. Most almond milks contain less than 2% real almonds. The rest, filtered water, thickeners, gums, stabilizers, and artificial flavorings. That means you're missing out on the magnesium, vitamin E, and antioxidants that make real almonds so powerful for brain and joint health. Instead of nourishing your body, you're sipping a processed drink that quietly chips away at bone strength, joint comfort, and mental clarity. So what's the safer choice? If you love almond milk, stick to unsweetened, calcium-fortified versions. Look for labels with no added sugars and fortified with vitamin D and magnesium, the trio of nutrients that work together to strengthen bones, keep muscles firing, and support nerve health. Plain almond milk can be a smart swap, but the sweetened kind is one of the sneakiest traps in a senior's diet. And while almond milk often gets all the attention, there's another trendy plant-based favorite that can be even worse. Let's talk about the hidden dangers of oat milk. Worst milk 3. Unfortified oat milk. Walk into any coffee shop today, and you'll see oat milk everywhere. It's creamy, trendy, and sold as the heart-healthy choice for people who want to avoid dairy. But here's what most seniors don't realize. If that oat milk isn't fortified, it could be quietly stealing the very minerals your body needs most after 60. Unlike fortified varieties, unfortified oat milk is missing calcium and vitamin D, 2 nutrients absolutely essential for aging bones. Without them, every glass is basically empty calories that do nothing to protect your strength. In fact, a 2021 clinical study found that seniors who regularly drank unfortified oat milk had a 31% higher rate of bone density loss compared to those who avoided it. That means a greater risk of fatigue, brittle bones, and fractures from even small falls. But the problem doesn't stop there. Oats naturally contain phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that binds to calcium and magnesium, preventing your body from absorbing them. For someone already struggling to maintain bone and muscle mass, this is a hidden danger that speeds up weakness over time. Add in the high carb load of many oat milks, and you're looking at rapid blood sugar spikes, insulin crashes, and belly fat that creeps up seemingly overnight. And let's not forget the additives. To make oat milk thick and barista-friendly, many brands pack it with oils, gums, and stabilizers. For older adults with slower digestion, reflux, or sensitive stomachs, those extras can trigger bloating, gas, or discomfort that makes eating less enjoyable and reduces appetite when your body most needs nutrients. The safer option, if you enjoy oat milk, choose fortified, unsweetened varieties. Look for at least 25% of your daily calcium and vitamin D per serving. That way, instead of draining your body's resources, you're replenishing them. But while oat milk can quietly rob your strength, there's another milk that disguises itself as a safe solution for lactose intolerance. And it's even more deceptive. Worst milk 2, flavored lactose-free milk. For many people over 60, lactose-free milk feels like a lifesaver. No more bloating, cramping, or discomfort, just smooth, easy-to-digest milk. On the surface, it sounds like the perfect solution, but here's the hidden danger. Once you grab the chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry version, you've stepped into one of the most deceptive traps in the entire dairy aisle. That's because flavored lactose-free milk is usually loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, and even hydrogenated oils. Instead of soothing your digestion, it slams your metabolism. A 2022 study revealed that older adults who regularly drank flavored lactose-free milk had a 41% higher fasting insulin level and gained more belly fat in just 6 months. For seniors whose insulin sensitivity is already declining, this sugar overload is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Energy spikes and crashes become constant, and the risk of diabetes climbs sharply. But the problems don't stop at sugar. Many of these flavored versions also contain artificial sweeteners such as sucralose or thickeners like carrageenan. These additives have been linked to disrupted gut bacteria, thyroid stress, and increased joint pain in sensitive individuals. And the creamy texture that feels so comforting, it often comes from synthetic emulsifiers and oils that quietly interfere with fat metabolism, promote inflammation, and worsen cholesterol levels. For someone already facing higher cardiovascular risk after 60, that's the last thing you want in your glass. The safer choice is simple. If you need lactose-free milk, always choose the plain, unsweetened variety. It still provides calcium, protein, and vitamin D, but without the blood sugar roller coaster or inflammatory additives. If you want a touch of sweetness, add berries or chia seeds yourself. That way you're fueling your body naturally instead of sabotaging it with hidden sugar. But while flavored lactose-free milk is sneaky, the #1 worst milk is the one most people grew up drinking. It looks familiar, it feels comforting, but after 60, it may be the most damaging of all. Worst milk 1, ultra-pasteurized, A1 cow's milk. For decades, the gallon of cow's milk in the fridge has felt like a symbol of health and comfort. It's what you grew up with, what your parents swore by, and what most households still buy today. But here's the hard truth. After 60, ultra-pasteurized cow's milk, especially the kind that comes from A1-type cows, could be one of the most harmful things you put in your body. The danger starts with protein. Most commercial cow's milk contains A1 beta-casein, a protein linked in multiple studies to inflammation, digestive distress, and even cognitive decline. As your gut lining weakens with age, A1 protein can slip through and trigger immune reactions that ripple through your entire body, worsening arthritis, stiffening your joints, and even slowing down mental clarity. A clinical trial in 2020 showed that seniors drinking A1 milk had 32% higher levels of inflammatory markers and slower reaction times compared to those who switched to A2 milk. Then there's the issue of ultra-pasteurization. To extend shelf life, most commercial milk is heated to extreme temperatures. While that process kills bacteria, it also destroys delicate enzymes and denatures proteins. For older adults with low stomach acid and slower digestion, that means more bloating, less nutrient absorption, and a higher risk of chronic inflammation. And finally, we have the chemical problem. Conventional milk often comes from cows treated with hormones, antibiotics, and GMO-based feed. Traces of those compounds end up in the milk, and over time they accumulate in your body. Studies suggest they can disrupt hormones, weaken calcium balance, and confuse the immune system, 3 things that accelerate aging and make you more vulnerable to fractures, illness, and fatigue. The result? Instead of protecting your bones and sharpening your mind, ultra-pasteurized A1 cow's milk quietly does the opposite. It contributes to weaker bones, more fractures, higher inflammation, and even signs of accelerated aging at the cellular level. That's why this classic milk now belongs on the Never Touch Again list for anyone over 60. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up milk entirely. In fact, certain kinds of milk can do the exact opposite, calming inflammation, strengthening bones, and even protecting your brain from premature decline. Let's flip the script and look at the 4 best milks for seniors, starting with one of the most overlooked, goat milk. Best milk 4. Goat milk. Goat milk isn't the first thing most people think of when they open the fridge. In fact, many seniors overlook it entirely, assuming it's exotic or hard to find. But here's the surprising truth. For people over 60, goat milk may be one of the most powerful swaps you'll ever make. The secret lies in the protein. Unlike most cow's milk, which contains the inflammatory A1 beta-casein, goat milk is almost entirely made of A2 protein, a gentler form that your body digests more smoothly. For seniors dealing with bloating, acid reflux, or food sensitivities that seem to appear with age, this difference can be life-changing. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who switched to goat milk for just 8 weeks reported a 26% drop in gut inflammation markers and significantly fewer complaints of gas, bloating, and discomfort. But digestion isn't the only win. Goat milk is also naturally rich in medium-chain fatty acids, the kind your body converts into energy faster than the long-chain fats in cow's milk. For seniors, that means easier fuel for muscles and mobility, even as metabolism slows with age. And when it comes to bones, goat milk is a quiet powerhouse. It delivers calcium, phosphorus, and zinc, the trio your body depends on to maintain bone density and keep fractures at bay. One more overlooked benefit: selenium. This trace mineral, often low in seniors, plays a critical role in thyroid function, immune health, and even mood regulation. Goat milk naturally supplies it, filling a gap that often leaves older adults feeling more fatigued or less resilient. How can you use it? Choose pasteurized, full-fat goat milk with no added sugars or flavoring. Avoid ultra-pasteurized varieties, which strip away some of its natural benefits. Warm a glass with cinnamon or turmeric for a soothing anti-inflammatory bedtime drink, or pour it over steel-cut oats for a breakfast that fuels both your bones and your energy. Goat milk may not have the hype of almond or oat milk, but don't underestimate it. For seniors, it's one of the most underrated allies for better digestion, stronger bones, and steady vitality. But goat milk is just the beginning. There's another plant-based milk that can be just as powerful if you choose the right version. Let's talk about unsweetened, calcium-fortified almond milk. Best milk 3. Unsweetened almond milk. Calcium-fortified. Almond milk is everywhere these days, but here's the truth. Not all almond milk is created equal. The sweetened versions we exposed earlier are silent health traps. But when chosen wisely, unsweetened and calcium-fortified, almond milk transforms from a trendy beverage into a powerful tool for seniors over 60. Here's why it matters. Unlike cow's milk, almond milk contains no lactose and no casein, 2 common triggers of bloating, inflammation, and joint stiffness. It's also naturally low in sugar, so it won't spike your blood sugar or send your energy crashing. Instead, it offers clean hydration with key nutrients that support the very systems most seniors struggle with. In fact, a 2021 study showed that older adults who swapped cow's milk for fortified almond milk experienced a 32% reduction in joint stiffness and more stable blood sugar levels in just 10 weeks. But the real magic comes from fortification. The best almond milks aren't just low in sugar, they're boosted with calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium. Together, these 3 nutrients form the backbone of healthy aging. Calcium strengthens bones. Vitamin D ensures your body can actually absorb that calcium. And magnesium keeps your muscles contracting properly while helping your nerves fire with precision. For seniors battling cramps, tremors, or balance issues, this trio is non-negotiable. And there's one more hidden gift in almond milk: vitamin E. This antioxidant is often overlooked, but it plays a huge role in protecting your tissues from oxidative stress and supporting long-term brain health. Clinical trials have shown that seniors with higher vitamin E intake experienced slower memory decline and stronger cognitive performance. So while almond milk is gentle on your body, it may also be guarding your mind. The key is to avoid the junk. Skip the versions loaded with sugar, gums, and artificial flavors. Instead, pick a clean, unsweetened, calcium-fortified almond milk. Use it as the base for a morning smoothie with blueberries and flaxseed. Pour it over oats for a joint-friendly breakfast, or sip it chilled in the afternoon as a refreshing alternative to sugary drinks. For seniors trying to reduce dairy, manage blood sugar, or ease inflammation, almond milk isn't just a substitute. When chosen carefully, it becomes a functional food, one that strengthens bones, sharpens the mind, and supports smooth mobility. But while almond milk is an excellent choice, there's another type of milk that goes beyond nutrition. It actively heals the gut, improves balance, and even protects against fractures. Let's talk about the fermented super drink, kefir. Best milk 2, kefiren. At first glance, kefir might look like drinkable yogurt, but don't be fooled. This ancient fermented milk is far more powerful. For seniors over 60, kefir isn't just another dairy option. It's a daily ritual that can transform your gut, your bones, and even your brain. Here's why. As we age, our immune system weakens, our digestion slows, and fewer nutrients actually get absorbed. That means even if you eat well, your body may not be putting those nutrients to work. Kefir changes the equation by flooding your system with over 30 strains of probiotics and beneficial yeasts. That's far more diverse than what you'll find in standard yogurt. These live cultures strengthen your gut lining, help you absorb calcium and vitamins, and calm the low-grade inflammation that silently eats away at strength and mobility. The science is remarkable. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who drank kefir daily for 12 weeks developed a 33% more diverse gut microbiome, absorbed 25% more vitamin D, and even showed noticeable improvements in muscle coordination and balance. That last part matters more than most people realize, because falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization and loss of independence in older adults. When kefir improves stability, it's not just helping digestion, it's protecting freedom. But kefir's benefits don't stop at the gut. It delivers critical nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus for bone and muscle health. And most importantly, it contains vitamin K2, a nutrient that directs calcium into your bones where it belongs and away from your arteries where it can do serious harm. In one clinical trial, women who added kefir to their diets had a 45% slower rate of spinal bone loss compared to those who didn't. That's not theory. That's real protection against fractures. The key is to choose wisely. Always go for unsweetened kefir, made from whole milk with live active cultures listed on the label. Skip flavored or sugary versions, which cancel out its gut-healing power. Drink a small glass with meals to boost digestion, blend it with berries and flax for a probiotic-packed smoothie, or pour it over oats for a senior-friendly breakfast that fuels both brain and body. For seniors, kefir isn't just a beverage, it's a secret weapon. Stronger bones, better digestion, sharper balance, and calmer inflammation, all in one glass. But while kefir is impressive, there's one final milk that deserves the top spot. It looks just like regular cow's milk, but the difference inside can be life-changing. Let's reveal the #1 best milk for seniors, A2 whole milk. Best milk 1, A2 whole milk. At first glance, A2 whole milk looks exactly like the gallon you've been pouring your entire life. It froths the same in your morning coffee, it pours the same over cereal, and it tastes just as rich and creamy. But here's the surprising twist. What's inside is completely different, and for seniors over 60, that difference can be life-changing. The secret comes down to protein. Most conventional cow's milk contains A1 beta-casein, the same protein we exposed earlier as a trigger for inflammation, joint pain, and brain fog. A2 milk, however, comes from specially bred cows that produce only A2 beta-casein, a gentler protein that digests smoothly and doesn't set off the same inflammatory chain reaction. That tiny shift means a lot once your gut lining weakens with age. Many seniors report that after switching to A2 milk, the bloating, heaviness, and subtle cramping they felt with regular milk simply disappear. And the research backs it up. In a 2021 randomized controlled trial published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who replaced standard milk with A2 milk for just 8 weeks reported 64% fewer digestive symptoms, clearer cognitive function, and reduced joint pain. Even better, they retained more calcium, which translated into stronger bones. That's critical, because after 60, bones thin faster than they rebuild. The wrong milk accelerates that loss. But A2 whole milk preserves all the calcium, vitamin D, protein, and B12 you expect from dairy, while actually allowing your body to use them effectively without the silent sabotage of inflammation. And it doesn't stop at bones. A2 milk is also rich in iodine and healthy fats, which support brain health, fuel muscle repair, and help absorb fat-soluble vitamins like D and K2. Of course, not all A2 milk is equal. To get the real benefits, choose full-fat, grass-fed A2 milk. The natural fats help your body absorb key vitamins, while grass-fed varieties deliver healthier fatty acids. Avoid ultra-pasteurized or flavored versions. They strip away nutrients or load you with unnecessary sugars. How can you use it? Pour it over steel-cut oats for a bone-strengthening breakfast, blend it with blueberries for a brain-boosting smoothie, or sip it warm before bed to relax your nervous system and feed your bones overnight. For seniors, A2 whole milk isn't just another option on the shelf. It's an upgrade, a way to enjoy all the benefits of milk without the hidden damage. Stronger bones, sharper mind, smoother digestion, all from the milk you thought you already knew. But now that we've seen the best and the worst, the final question is, why does it matter so much which milk you choose after 60? Let's wrap it all up. By now, you've seen the truth. Not all milk is created equal. After 60, the difference between the wrong choice and the right one can mean the difference between brittle bones and strong ones, between foggy thinking and sharp memory, between painful joints and steady mobility. The wrong milks: sweetened almond milk, unfortified oat milk, flavored lactose-free milk, and ultra-pasteurized A1 cow's milk don't just fail to protect you, they quietly chip away at your health, fueling inflammation, draining energy, and accelerating the very problems you're trying to avoid. But here's the empowering side. You're not powerless. The right milks: goat milk, unsweetened calcium-fortified almond milk, probiotic-rich kefir, and A2 whole milk, have been clinically shown to do the opposite. They can calm inflammation, strengthen bones, protect your brain, and give your body the fuel it needs to stay strong and independent. Every sip becomes an investment in your vitality. So the next time you open your fridge, ask yourself, is this milk helping me or hurting me? That one small choice, repeated every day, can change your future. Swap the harmful for the healing, and you're not just drinking milk, you're protecting your freedom, your energy, and your independence for years to come. If this video opened your eyes, give it a like, share it with a friend who's over 60, and make sure you subscribe to Longevity Seniors so you never miss the science-backed strategies that could keep you living stronger, longer. Because the habits you build today are the ones that will protect the life you want tomorrow.